The African Culture and Wellness Festival is brought to you by New Body Products, makers of CKLS Colon Cleanser.
CKLS Colon Cleanser by New Body Products Herbal Solutions is just what you need to build a healthier you. Remove toxins and parasites from your body, enhance your immune system function, prevent chronic disease, improve your quality of life. Lose weight, slow premature aging, increase your energy and lower stress by creating a better environment for your body to heal itself. If you're having problems with allergy, body odor, brittle hair and nails, excessive mucus, constipation, depression, headaches, insomnia, joint pain, obesity, poor appetite, and skin problems, then purchase CKLS Colon Cleanser today to experience a new you. www.newbodyproducts.net. New Body Products Herbal Solutions has been trusted in America since 1976. www.newbodyproducts.net. CKLS Colon Cleansers is a product of New Body Products Herbal Solutions.
Let's get our house in order. Let's get our house in order. Let's get our house in order. Oh, get our house in order. Let's get our house in order. Keep put one foot in front of the other. Let's get our house in order. From the big sister to the little brother. From the granddaddy to the youngest mother. Let's get our house in order. Cause if you don't, they'll do it for you. From the inside to the border. Gotta get your house in order. From the cool air to the running water. From the inside to the border. So much to do. Rise above your struggle, put on your strong suit. Family sitting all at the table. Tell me if you're willing or Mabel. From the oldest one to the youth. From the basement to the roof. Y'all get it all together right now. In places where the soul is found. Ghana, Nigeria, Somalia, South Africa.
Aquaba, welcome. I'd like to talk a small bit about the tradition of libation. The pouring of libation is not only a symbolic reference, a connection to our ancestors, to our deities, to frequencies, but it is also a blessing that we ask for, a special blessing from our ancestors for those who have made their transitions, for them to rest in peace. We ask for a special blessings for the newborns that are born, that their life should be guided with consciousness and spiritual protection. We ask for blessings, we ask for connections, we ask for unity among our people. This is why you could remember back in the day, we always could remember the brothers on the corner would pour a bottle of wine before drinking it and say, this is for the brothers or sisters who are not here. Still upholding some of those African traditions. And so today, my name, One Africa, Nana Akofu Itri Kweku II, I am going to be pouring a libation for the blessing and the opening of the African Cultural and Wellness Festival 2021. Asheo.
Me pesa me no twetwe nkomo. Kasa ben na ote na me mfa nkasa ho. Na he kra na wo. Ujina me nchen pe. Eni emetumi awesewese manumpo ama wo ate. Se yentem wa me de me ne be fa akasa mumu ama wate me nka. Me yo kire man. Metumi de twene akasa me manfo ho. Yetumi de totorobento enso so ka asem kire dom. So wa chiri bante ya. Ene na esese me pe ahomatorofo na me de frɛ wo. Sɛdeɛ yɛde nsɛnkyerɛnne kasa ene kasa sabi emum ho no. Na onipa enso ne nananom ene abosom tie yi. Ekwan bɛ na obefa so ene wo na di nkomo. Asemisa. Sa abofra fi obo ade ho beka ye ho a. Kasa yɛde ma no akwaba nsuo ene nsa. Sa kasa no ena nananom nso te. Enu nti wogu nsa ene nsuo ade yi apaye wie. Apaye ayo dasani ni ahonhom nkomo twetwe dokre. Otitire a owodom mu edi domanim eyi apaye sa. Odi kan fretwe di ampo kwame. Dua kase a ye twene no. Onyame kro a opon, onyankopon. Odom ankoma, odom akoma de ope. Ye kire no nsa, ne ye ma no nsa, esanse ne mu na ade anyina afiri. Sa. Afei, ofre ma me batampa. Asase ya mejensa, no nkra ye won nsam, efise ne so ene nam. Ye frɛ abosoma wo nsuom. Omosom yen, enti ye som omo. Sa. Krai mu abosom, wo mejensa, hwe. Abusua mu abosom, wo mejensa, hwe. Nananom nsamanfo a mafiri asase so, ekɔ asamando, mo nso so mo mejensa, hwe. Ye to ye nsa frɛ mu wo samu a mo maye mo asesa. Ye kasa no na ye hyensa e de aseda emania aseda se no hwe obi nton sanfa nhire ni busuefo nia osom e na esom no sa enti ye daase na ye bisade ye yi apaye de bisakwa ahosan hwe ye yi apaye e de srebo ne fache hwe ye de frenchira hwe nia san de apaye ayi musuo hwe Bredodo a wuyi apaye no na nananom abosom eben wo. Abosom eben wo no na wo som pa. Kaisa ebo apaye a yempam dabi. Enti ema refre ampepa apama a wo ne nananom ewo hweye. Ma bontunsu ni nkyerɛkyerɛ entete wo ne nananom entem hweye. Yapaye fa pam obusuefo hwe. Yapaye fapre papa ema ho ene wadofo je
Nyami Yakapon, Rabeshazi, Nyami or Yakapon, Rabeshazi. Oh, creative forces of the ancestral deities and our family ancestors. Come and witness this event. Come and bring your blessings and prosperity, and we ask your permission to let this continue prosperity, good health, and this message of solidarity among the African world's people. Let this festival open up under the guide of your spiritual clarity, Ashe. We ask that all the participants that are involved also bring forth their light and their love, their knowledge and their information, and their traditions of great healing, Ashe. Oh, we bless the organizers that are organizing this in these times that we are in, and the difficulties that everyone is facing with the communication and the lockdowns of all of these adversities that are against us. We know that you shall empower us so that our messages shall be clearly received by those who are in open minds and ready to receive truth, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Ashe. Oh, Anyami, we give thanks. We ask that the African ancestors of our land, I call upon Nana Okopu Ichikweku Abedu the first, Nana Abika, I call on Bongo Shorty, and all the African Diasporan African ancestors, and all the African ancestors of this land called Itri. Asheo, we ask that y'all continue to guide us and protect us and bless upon this festival with all your clarity and protection, safety, guidance, security, and community. Give thanks that the African ancestors, our family members, are with us. Asheo. Let us have a blessed festival. African Culture and Wellness Festival 2021. Ashe.
Peace and love, family, and thank you for attending the African Culture and Wellness Festival. This is our 6th edition, and we have gone virtual. Now, you might be wondering why I'm spinning around in my room, in my house. It's because I'm bored. I'm tired of being on lockdown, tired of being on quarantine, and I'm ready to have some fun, and I hope you're ready to have some fun as well. Today, we have our great sister with great energy, Sister Jennifer Ajiman, that's going to be my co-host. I'm going to introduce our speakers for our workshops, our artists and spoken word and performers for our entertainment. And we are going to just have so much fun today. So get yourself ready. I got myself ready. I have with me, let's see, where is it? Ah, here it is. I have my CKLS. Yes, this is New Body Products, CKLS, our main sponsor for the African Culture and Wellness Festival. You might as well get you some, and if you have some, go ahead and start taking some because you're at home, you're on lockdown, you might as well detox and cleanse and get that body right. So I also have my notepad because I'm going to be taking plenty of notes in reference to taking down different recipes for plant-based foods and also herbal remedies that we can use right here in the home. So I got my pot. I got my pot. I have also my yoga pants because we're going to be doing comedic yoga today. I have my workout clothes because we'll be doing some aerobics, and I have my also have my mat here. I have my, I check my attitude. I have my dance partner, my husband, because we're going to be dancing. So I got my dancing feet. And I'm just ready to just have so much fun. So Get the whole family, get grandma, get the babies, get the children, grab your neighbors, and tell them to tune in. Today is February 13th, and we are kicking off the African Culture and Wellness Festival. Our mission for the African Culture and Wellness Festival is to appreciate and preserve the culture and wellness of the African global family. ACAWF is a platform for African culture and holistic health and wellness products, services, corporations, organizations on an international scale. ACAWF recognizes and promotes culture and wellness as vehicles for bringing diverse African communities together for dialogue, learning, economics, development, and wellness. We have so much in store for you today. We have our special guest speaker speaking on health and wellness. We're talking about repatriation. We're gonna have Afrobics, Kemetic yoga, capoeira, which is African martial arts. We're going to have African traditional dance, African holistic wellness. We're going to have crystal making. You see my crystals here? We're going to learn how to wrap crystals using jewelry with a purpose. We have our sister who's going to be teaching us how to take care of our skin and our hair in a natural way. We have vegan all-stars chefs that's going to be cooking up some very, very nice cuisines from around the world. And we have a very special guest, Dr. Iris Latham, that's coming from out of Panama. And we have some wonderful entertainment for you with some of our music artists. All of our artists are into health and wellness. They're vegetarians, they're Pan-African, and their music is going to reflect that. And there's a lot of inspiration inside of this music as well. We have spoken word, we have storytelling. It's so much to look forward to. So get yourselves ready for 7 hours of pure, unadulterated fun. And we are going to have a reset. We are going to fix our issues today, not tomorrow. We're going to take action. We are bringing you things that you can do today, not tomorrow, and make your lives better, starting with the enemy in the inner me. Again, I'm Dr. Sharita, and our sponsor is New Body Products, the makers of CKLS, and we are so proud to be able to bring to you the 6th edition of the African Culture and Wellness Festival. Enjoy.
Greetings, hello, welcome, ACAWF. From me, Jennifer Adjaman, your co-host for this year's African Culture and Wellness Virtual Festival. I'm based here in Ghana. I'm a corporate trainer as well as a life coach. I look forward to connecting with you either virtually or in person if you ever find yourself on the beautiful shores of Ghana in the near future. A special welcome to you if it's your first experience of the African Culture and Wellness Festival. And maybe you've been able to join us because indeed this year we're virtual instead of in the mountains of the eastern region of Ghana, Ebri. I look forward to presenting to you some amazing facilitator leads as well as introducing some great workshops where you can learn and deepen your knowledge of the beautiful culture of Africa and the wellness offerings in store for you. Stay tuned and do enjoy this virtual festival. See you soon.
CKLS Colon Cleanser by New Body Products Herbal Solutions is just what you need to build a healthier you. Remove toxins and parasites from your body, enhance your immune system function, prevent chronic disease, improve your quality of life. Lose weight, slow premature aging, increase your energy and lower stress by creating a better environment for your body to heal itself. If you're having problems with allergy, body odor, brittle hair and nails, excessive mucus, constipation, depression, headaches, insomnia, joint pain, obesity, poor appetite, and skin problems, then purchase CKLS Colon Cleanser today to experience a new you. www.newbodyproducts.net. New Body Products Herbal Solutions has been trusted in America since 1976. www.newbodyproducts.net. CKLS Colon Cleansers is a product of New Body Products Herbal Solutions.
New Earth Health Foods has provided quality whole foods to shoppers in the Compton and surrounding cities throughout Los Angeles for 40 years. Our store is owner-operated and provides a natural source of healthy, holistic ways to the local community. New Earth Health Foods has over 200 bulk herbs, nuts and spices, natural groceries, vitamins and supplements, fresh vegan dishes, and other specialty health and wellness products in high demand. We offer wellness services and classes to help our customers achieve optimum health. By supporting our local community, we help build awareness of healthy lifestyles as an alternative to the typical diet of underserved communities.
I don't believe a person was born to die. I think they was born to get better and live. In other words, not learn how to die, but learn how to live. And that you should get better and better and better. But the system that we in is geared so that you would have to die.
At New Earth, we make it easy to find out all there is to know about the food you eat. We fully guarantee the integrity and quality of what we sell. It's what we live by and what New Earth has been all about from the beginning. Because it's the only way we can promise you're getting products you can trust.
Peace, family, again. I am so glad to introduce to you our sister from Atlanta, Adama Alaji. She has been such an inspiration to me in my personal life, and she's always on point. You would never believe her age. She's 63 years old. I'm telling you, I'm telling the truth. You can ask her. I'm telling you, she can be listened to every Thursday night on WRFG 89.3 in Atlanta, Georgia, from midnight to 3 a.m. Eastern Time. Adama Alaji is a minister on behalf of the cosmic community of conscious cosmic citizenship. She is consciously working towards the harmonization, unification, and reconciliation of individual and collective purposes, duties, responsibilities, and identities with the truth of existence to establish creator knowledge, creation knowledge, and self-knowledge as key to liberation and emancipation for all orders of being. She is an inspirational lifestyle change and holistic wellness consultant. Adama provides reinforcement, practical support, inspiration, and assistance in creating the most expeditious path towards one's wholeness. Family, introducing Adama Alaji.
I'm so thankful and so delighted to have been offered the opportunity to speak at the African Cultural Arts and Wellness Festival taking place for the 6th year in Ghana. I am Adama, Heraldess of the Eternal, Voice of Our Resurrection, Director of Mother Earth's Blessing Holistic Life Center here in Atlanta, Georgia, producer and host of the Meeting of the Inner Circle in its 21st year at WRFG.org, 89.3 FM, talk radio dealing specifically and consistently over 21 years, addressing the issues of our liberation, our salvation, our deliverance, the prerequisites for our being qualified for continuance in existence, and laying foundation for a global initiative to boycott the death industries as our right response to a global initiative that is depopulation and genocide. Because we are in a now moment of eternity where vegan and vegetarianism and all of this is trending now, but the pandemic that we have always been under in terms of, one, the escalating abortion rate, the heart disease, the diabetes, the cancer, the sarcoidosis, the upper respiratory disease, the obesity, and all of the things that have affected all of our families globally. We cannot just have a conversation about wellness when we are being exterminated from the face of this earth through that which we refer to as food, that is creating all manners of issues that are crystallizing in our tissues. I have been providing lifestyle change consultations and support for reversing all issues from AIDS to zits for over 20 years. And what I've realized is that, as Dr. Sebi once said, we're digging our graves with our forks. We're in a now moment of eternity where we're being called to rise, that we can no longer participate consciously or unconsciously with our own cellular oppression, creating sickness, illness, and disease, and then following the medical professionals, the pharmaceuticals, the doctors, the surgeons, and all of those in having our body parts removed and putting us in a place where we think that we can just take pills and we're all right. In our now moment of eternity, we need to realize that womanhood is being called to rise, because everywhere there is a wound man, there should be a point and center completely committed to our liberation, completely committed to the exaltation of life, completely committed to being life-supporting, completely knowing how to facilitate our better health through food, nutrition, cleansing, and healing. We never had to be validated by those who have already proven that they did not have our best interests at heart. And in our now moment, we have to shift. All of our families have been affected by the cancer, the heart disease, the diabetes. If it's not affecting you yourself, you're seeing that the effect of genocide upon us is that each generation is degenerating. Our youth are dying younger. Our 30 to 40-some-year-olds are passing away with heart disease, cancer, diabetes. Our children are obese. We have been in a state of emergency for quite some time, and now is our time to respond with a sense of urgency and to know that the right response when you are being warred against, and that the food is being used as a tool of oppression, and then the weapons of mass destruction are the tobacco and tobacco products, the alcoholic beverages, the white sugar refined products, the artificially colored, artificially flavored NutraSweet, aspartame, and all of the artificial sweeteners and the sodas and all of this. Our first response is to do nothing to undermine ourselves. Our second response is to do everything we possibly can as quickly as we possibly can to be completely cleared, cleansed, purified, renewed, rebirthed, regenerated, rejuvenated, revitalized, revivified, and resurrected. Because there are no ones of us, no ones, regardless of what hue of people, who have come to the earth with the purpose in existence in undermining existence itself. There are no ones who have been sent to the earth to prosper in the business of creating sickness, illness, disease, and death as multi-trillion-dollar business and world economy. And because we are impacted by a capitalistic agenda and an agenda initiated by capitalists, where Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Africa, and all of the minerals from Africa, as well as the people and the animals of Africa, have been exploited, extracted, and whatnot, so that the people themselves are in need of the wealth of ourselves being returned. Africans throughout the diaspora, what we forgot is that we did not come up out the ground. We have all come to the earth through the wombs of our mothers, sparked by the divine sacred fluid from our fathers. But we're forgetting that the earth, as big as she is as big as a period at the end of a sentence in relationship to the rest of all there is in the eternity in which we are in flotation. We've come from another realm of eternity to the earth through the wombs of our mothers, sparked by the divine sacred fluid from our fathers, and then we have been given no support in understanding the divinity, the sacredness, the miraculousness of our own being and of life itself. in order for us to survive the onslaught against us, in order for us to come to a point and place where we are rightly aligned and rightly attuned with the intelligence of our being, the forces of existence, so that we are no longer complicit, complacent, and co-conspirating with our own cellular oppression, then we have to be completely committed to respecting, honoring, reverencing, appreciating the reality that our bodies are divinely and perfectly designed. We are breatharian first. Everybody has to breathe from the blackest black to the lightest light. Our bodies are 80% water, like the earth is 80% water. 80% of our diet should be water-based, plant-based foods, fruit and vegetation, herbs. And so when we are in cultures that are allowing us and our children to be fed the carcasses of dead pigs, dead cows, dead chickens, dead hens, and whatever other creatures people are eating throughout the planet, understand that this is where the true violence and the violation starts. We've been hearing all of our lives that a house divided against itself shall not stand. We are each individuations of the intelligence of existence, and when we are no longer exalting a full effort in our living, and we feel entitled to do things that undermine our cellular functioning, we feel as though we have the right to be wrong. We feel as though our free will is to be able to be enslaved to whatever appetites, desires, passions, and lusts that we could possibly try to satisfy. Then we have to be impacted and affected by the consequences of ill choices. But our realization that when you have a global initiative of depopulation and genocide, that could not be initiated by a healthy people. A healthy and well people would not create sickness, illness, disease, and death as multi-trillion-dollar economy. And those of us who've been educated in those institutions, headed by those ones who don't necessarily look like us, but we thought that education was our way to bring ourselves up from all of the years of our enslavement and oppression and this and that, just so that we are on equal status. But our equality is not based upon our validation from a people who have already proven that they do not have anybody's best interest at heart. Our responsibility, duty, and obligation as a result of being warred against for generations is to get to this place and space where we do nothing to undermine ourselves and ourselves. The methodology of our oppression has been to oppress us at our cellular functioning. This is what eating the flesh of dead animals, the aborted fetuses of creatures. Some people are doing chicken, hen, quail, ostrich eggs, alligator, crocodile eggs, when we talk about what people are eating globally. And that's why we have to realize that we are perfectly and divinely designed wherever we are on the earth. We are not designed to eat the flesh of dead animals. And as a result of ingesting and consuming carcasses, we've got the decay, the decomposition, the rot, the proliferation of organisms, bacteria, viruses, worms, and parasites reproducing in our bodies, laying their eggs because they're intelligent creatures. The issue for us is being intelligent enough where now that we are showing all of the signs of dis-ease in terms of the psoriasis, the eczema, the heart disease, the cancer, the diabetes, and all of the things that are coming as a result of us eating that which our bodies cannot utilize as food. Now we have to be aggressive about the cleansing. So for over 42 years, I have been strict vegetarian, and I have seen a number of vegan vegetarians pass away without anyone realizing that when we grew up eating meat, dairy, eggs, chicken, and fish that were filled with antibiotics, hormones, pesticides, herbicides, nitrates, nitrites, and all manners of behavior-modifying chemicals, those chemicals do not come out of our tissues naturally. Our bodies are perfectly and divinely designed so that when we move into eating fresher fruits and vegetation, our bodies move into cleanse mode. They do not need our permission to cleanse. Our bodies are cleansing with each and every breath, the exiting of those toxins. So we should not, under any circumstances, be breathing in the exhalation, the carbon dioxide from the toxicity of our bodies as if there is no oxygenation in the air. There is more in the air than we think that is there, because it is the breath that is the animating, maintaining, and sustaining force of our lives. And so coming to a point and place where even if you did believe that there is something contagion that we can spew to each other by speaking, then you would still have the responsibility, duty, and obligation to clean your body temple. And so the clearing, the cleansing, the consecration is a necessity. Why? Because our bodies are the temples for the re-enthronement of the true spirits of the living gods and goddesses that is our absolute truth. But when we are under the auspices of those ones who feel as though the only value we have in life is as commodity, as enslaved, being enslaved, which is the now age of the prison industrial complex, being part of the militarism in the military industrial complex, or being a part of the industry of death. We work on behalf of the corporate deities of death, the meat, the dairy, the eggs, the chicken, the alcohol, tobacco, the sugar industries. And so where we are now, because the envelope is being pushed to make sure that we are divisive. We're more divisive than ever before. People don't want to come in if they have to take off their masks. This is really crazy. And I'm saying that because it used to be, it wasn't that long ago, if somebody came into your establishment with a mask on, you would think that they were about to rob you. Now everybody's walking around with these masks as if the masking is preventing something, but the masking isn't preventing anything. So if the masks work, then why would there be a need for 6 feet distancing, social distancing? If the social distancing works, then why would we need masks? And if the mask and the social distancing works, then why would we need vaccines? And if there was no liability, if the vaccines were safe, then why can we hold nobody liable for the death and the sickness and the things that are resulting for having been vaccinated? We're in a place and space and time where we need to realize that because of the decades of the proliferation of sickness, illness, disease, and death as multi-trillion-dollar economy, there has to be a harvest of sickness, illness, disease, and death. It has nothing to do with the coronavirus. The coronavirus is something like the flu. Nobody ever explained to you what the flu is. The flu is the natural progression that your body comes to when it has been filled to overflowing with all of the meat, the dairy, the eggs, the chicken, the fish, all of this mucus-producing food, and it goes into cleanse mode by itself so that you get achy, your nose begins to run, your ears get stopped up, you get these sinus headaches and whatnot, and then what they're telling you to do is to go take Dayquil, NyQuil, Tylenol, all of this to repress the cleansing symptoms or go get a flu shot. Your body is perfectly and divinely designed. We cannot talk about wellness in our now moment without talking about what is our first degree of responsibility when we are being warred against, and that which they call food is the tool of our oppression. And then the weapons of mass destruction, the tobacco, the alcohol, the sugar, and all of this. A people who undermine their children are a people who are destined to die. Many of us, when we were children, grew up with the candy cigarettes, the apple beer, the bubblegum cigars. We were being marketed to so that we can be as adulterated as our parents in the smoking, the drinking, and doing all of these things. We thought that being adult, being grown, means that we could do whatever the hell we want to do. We couldn't wait to be grown. But under genocide, it means that each generation following the path of adulteration will not live as long as the previous generation. We're in a now moment that is causing us to come to a point and place where we're exalting a full effort in our living. We do nothing to undermine ourselves because that is the nature of all intelligences. No matter how small or how large, we're in a now moment where exalting a full life's urge means that we know that our bodies require the oxygenation, require the hydration, require the mineralization that's coming from our herbs, our fresh fruit, and our vegetation. Now that we have a health and wellness industry that is multi-billion-dollar business, then we have to be circumspect and realize that the body is not designed for industrialization. We are designed to be vehicles and vessels of the intelligence of existence, or to be restored in the light of the truth of the all that we each are as living, loving, intelligent, potent, and immortal points of this absolute and supreme intelligence that is beginningless, endless, infinite, and eternal. Womanhood, motherhood, daughterhood. We are the ones who should be healing ourselves and our own. The hospitals give thanks for all that they do because they are trauma centers. So they're really good at stitching us back up and this and that, but we have not been properly oriented for one, understanding what the purpose in being on the planet actually is. We've not been properly oriented to respect the divinity of our being, the sacredness of existence. Womanhood has been under the defilement, the degradation, the rape, the misuse, the abuse of patriarchy, and manhood that is not quite manhood, because real men are not going to rape and violate their women, their daughters, or other men's wives and daughters and mothers. So there is no real salvation for us except we consciously care to be completely cleared, cleansed, purified, renewed, rebirthed, regenerated, rejuvenated, revitalized, and revivified. So now with the intent towards all of the gold, the silver, the lumi, the currencies, and I'm saying we have a life currency, right? A life currency that is charged with each and every breath and every beat of our heart. For all of the money that has ever been printed and all the coins that have ever been minted, you could put them all together and they do not have the value of one beat of our heart or one breath that we take. And so in our now moment as a global humanity that has been under siege for generations, our time is to rise and realize that we don't have to work every day. We've already seen it. But we had to have somebody else force us to stop working. And I'm saying, we're at a now moment of eternity where we do not have to work on behalf of the corporate deities of death, nor do we have to bring their products into our body temples. We are in a place where we have so much available to us, and we give thanks for all of those who are making sure that the herbs are available, the clays are available. Every indigenous people have always dealt with the clay. The clay is the natural detoxifier for all of the chemicals that are laden in all of the preserved meats and this and that. And even if you are raising your animals and they are not shot up with all kinds of preservatives, the fact that we are killing and then eating of the flesh of that which has been killed is charging our blood with the violation that puts us in a position where we are not able to walk in the integrity of our high ethic, our morality, the real estate of the divinity of our being as the children of God. No matter what we may refer to this absolute intelligence as, the only way to really honor it is to reflect the virtues of character that are consistent with it. High ethic. There's certain things that we are just not going to do. And so in this now moment, If you have been dealing with high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, AIDS, whatever it is, I'm saying straight up that you can be completely healed through cleansing, nourishing, regenerating because of the perfect and divine design of our body temples. And so where we are now is calling us to do more than changing our diet. See, when you change your diet, right, then your body starts cleansing. But if you're eating a vegan form of the same stuff that we grew up with, so instead of having scrambled eggs, you're having scrambled tofu. Instead of having hot dogs, you're having tofurkey. Instead of having white flour pancakes and waffles and this and that, you're having buckwheat and whole wheat. It's still garbage. It's not oxygenating. It's not hydrating, it's not mineralizing, nor is it facilitating the alkalization that is a prerequisite for cellular regeneration, rejuvenation, revitalization. We have to step into the high ethic of who we are. The real estate of our beings means that we're not just going to be politicizing and philosophizing and theophysizing about being gods and goddesses, and then we don't have the morals. You understand? See, people don't want to be held to any accountability to being godly. It's like God is the elephant in the room. It beats our heart and it breeds us, but nobody wants to be held to any real degree of accountability or responsibility for understanding how to really nourish and care for their body temples. And so what I've seen over the years, in being in the Atlanta community for over 40-some years, is that people get on the path and they get off the path. They get on the path and get off the path. That means you are never really on if you keep getting on and off. Because your body is going to clear and cleanse over time. But if you only begin to do a vegan form of what we were eating, then that means the chemicals that were already in your tissues are not going to get out. Tucking away those chemicals as they're being loosened up. And so I'm suggesting and I'm encouraging that just like we brush our teeth every day and we bathe the outside of our body every day, we need to be bathing the inside of the body every day, as opposed to putting junk in the trunk. Your body is perfect. It's divinely designed. Our liberation, our salvation, our resurrection is predicated on our being completely cleared from those chemicals, from the flesh and the rot, the decay, the decomposition, the worms, the maggots, the organisms, and whatnot that are proliferating through our body temples in all that excess waste that we're carrying. And so, doing what I'm saying, wherever you are, you can lose 1 pound to 3 a day and keep it off forever. We know that in some cultures, you know, it was said that you want a woman that's got some meat on her bones and this and that. But we do not need to be in a place and space where what we're living for is a man's affection and attention based upon how needy we are. The duty, obligation, and responsibility of womanhood is much greater than our appealing to the base nature of those who would want to be respected as men. We're in a now moment where our duty, obligation, and responsibility is unto the lineages that we represent. To realize that we did not come out the earth of Africa or the earth. We come to the earth through the wombs of our mothers, sparked by the divine sacred fluid from our fathers, and we are already in eternity. We should not be dying at all. Their book says the wages of sin is death. And so where we are now is that we have the opportunity through our own individual effort in exalting a full life's urge to do nothing to undermine ourselves, to wake up in the morning hydrating, oxygenating, fresh fruit, the teas, the herbs, the inner cleansing, the enemas, the douching, and whatnot, so that you are consecrating your body for the re-enthronement of the true spirits of the living gods and goddesses, the high ethic and morality and the real estate of being of the ones that we were born to be on behalf of all of those ones through whom we've come. Because no one can give us anything greater than who and what we already are, butt naked. There is no amount of money, no amount of status, no amount of lauding and applauding that we can get from the masses of dying people that can justify why it is that we continue to be a detriment to ourselves. And then going to depend upon those who have already proven that they don't have anybody's best interest at heart. And look to them for leadership. Look to them for validation. Go to their universities. Try to have jobs that allow us to have all of these degrees and whatnot, and then we don't know how to honor the divine design of our body temples. And so I have been in this for over 40 some years. And what I know is that you will never ever have anything greater than who and what you already are but make it. The issue for us is consciously caring to be in the greatness of who we were born to be, is these points of the absolute and supreme intelligence. To realize that we must align ourselves with the intelligences of existence, with the forces of existence, to learn how to love God, the animating force of our lives, that which maintains the earth, blazes the sun, has everything in absolute harmony throughout the cosmic, that's beating our hearts and breathing us. That's who we really have the responsibility, duty, and obligation to honor. And so I am calling us to realize, particularly in the exaltation of the divine feminine that is in every man, the divine feminine of every creature, and womanhood across all hues of women, that we are here to exalt life. We are here to be life-supporting, life-enriching, life-enhancing, and we cannot continue to work on behalf of the corporate deities of death, the meat, the dairy, the eggs, the chicken, the fish, the alcohol, the tobacco, the white sugar industries, and all of that, and think that we can truly be healthy when everyone is born and sent to serve life, to be in the natural progression of self-evolutionary unfoldment, to come to the earth, to master this physical, material, corporal realm through consciously aligning ourselves with the spiritual laws. The fulfillment of the law is absolute love. Love is the harmony of existence, and it is the truth that we each dwell in the reality of the presence of this absolute and supreme intelligence that is beginningless, endless, infinite, and eternal. We cannot support the violation of other beings and think that we will not be violated. We get what we put out there. What we do unto others is being done unto us. Everything deserves its liberation. All intelligences exalt a full effort in their living. They know their food, they excrete their waste, they know their kind, they perpetuate themselves, and they have the sense to respond when they are aware that their lives are being threatened, except for the people. We have been co-conspirating, complacent with our own cellular oppression, and now is our time to rise. I am always speaking to the issues of our liberation, our salvation, our deliverance. I provide one-on-one and one-on-many support in living. My number with WhatsApp and within the States is 678-760-9299. I am the founder and the director of Mother Earth's Blessing Holistic Life Center at 1830 Cheshire Bridge Road, Northeast in Atlanta, Georgia 30324. I can be heard every Thursday night Eastern Time at www.wrfg.com.